The royal mansion stood on a hill, dark and silent. Its windows, like hollow eyes, stared down at the town below, as if guarding secrets long forgotten. People in town told stories of strange noises and eerie lights that flickered in the dead of night. They whispered about the mansion's tragic past, whispers of a king driven mad by grief and power. His shadow still loomed over the hill, a reminder of his reign. A queen vanished without a trace. Her portrait hung in the grand hall, her eyes following you wherever you went, as if pleading for help. No one dared go near. The path to the mansion was overgrown, nature reclaiming what was once grand and opulent. It was as if the mansion itself wanted to be forgotten.
I wasn't afraid. Not really. I liked stories, even scary ones. They made my heart race and my imagination soar. I wanted to know the truth behind the whispers.
Sonia, his best friend, was braver. She had a spark in her eyes, a thirst for adventure that couldn't be quenched. She was always the leader in our escapades. She said ghosts weren't real. To her, the mansion was just an old house with a lot of history. She believed that the stories were just that, stories.
"Let's go," she said one afternoon. "Let's see what's inside." Her voice was filled with excitement and a hint of challenge. We packed our bags with flashlights and snacks, ready to uncover the secrets of the whispering walls.
The iron gates groaned. Rusty hinges complained. The air inside was cold. It smelled of dust and time.
Ali shivered.
Sonia, though, grinned.
"Spooky," she whispered, but her eyes shone with excitement.
The front door creaked open. Inside, cobwebs hung like ghostly curtains. Furniture lay under dusty sheets. Sonia coughed. They explored. The children with wide eyes and curious hearts wandered through the overgrown garden, their footsteps crunching on the gravel path. The mansion loomed ahead, a relic of a bygone era, its windows dark and foreboding. Each room was a snapshot of the past. Dust clung to every surface, a testament to the years gone by. Antique furniture stood as silent witnesses to the lives once lived here, their stories etched in the wood and fabric. A grand dining hall with a long empty table. The table, once the centerpiece of grand feasts and lively conversations, now lay barren, its surface covered in a fine layer of dust. The echoes of laughter and clinking glasses seemed to linger in the air, a library with books as thick as bricks. The shelves groaned under the weight of knowledge, each book a portal to another world. The children ran their fingers over the spines, feeling the rough texture of the leather-bound volumes, a music room where a violin lay silent in its open case. The room, once filled with melodies and harmonies, now stood in solemn silence. The violin, with its strings loose and bow missing, seemed to yearn for the touch of a musician's hand. They reached the top of the stairs. The grand staircase, with its ornate banister and worn steps, creaked under their weight. From this vantage point, they could see the vast expanse of the mansion, each room a mystery waiting to be uncovered. A long corridor stretched before them. The dim light cast eerie shadows on the walls, and the air was thick with the scent of age and decay. The children moved cautiously, their whispers barely audible over the creaking floorboards. At the very end, a door, closed, locked. The children stood before it, their hearts pounding with anticipation. What secrets lay behind that door? What stories were waiting to be discovered? The mansion held its breath, as if waiting for them to take the next step. The door was made of dark wood, carved with strange symbols, animals with glowing eyes, faces contorted in silent screams. Ali, as S1. "What do you think is in there?" Ali felt a chill. Sonia, as S2. "Only one way to find out." But even she sounded unsure. They turned back. The shadows seemed to follow them. That night, Ali woke. The house was silent. Too silent. The kind of silence that makes you feel like the world has stopped. He lay there, staring at the ceiling, trying to shake off the feeling of unease that had settled over him. Then he heard it. A sound. It was faint, almost imperceptible, but it was there. A soft, rhythmic noise that seemed to echo through the stillness of the night. Faint at first. Footsteps. They were slow and deliberate, as if someone was trying to move without being heard. The sound sent a shiver down his spine, coming from the end of the hall. He sat up, his heart pounded. Each beat seemed louder than the last, echoing in his ears. He strained to hear more, to make sense of the noise. He wanted to wake Sonia, but something stopped him. Curiosity or something else. Maybe it was the fear of the unknown, or perhaps a sense of adventure that he couldn't quite explain. He crept out of bed, toward the sound, toward the locked room. Each step was careful, measured, as if the floor might give him away. The hallway seemed to stretch on forever, the shadows playing tricks on his mind. He reached the door, his hand trembling as he reached for the handle. What lay beyond it, he had to know.